When one drives down 8th Street in Hartford, Wisconsin, the thing people tend to notice is the house that looks like it walked out of a medieval movie set. 259 8th Street is certainly quite the attention grabber, but that begs the question, why? How did a medieval castle end up in rural Wisconsin? I'm Austin Lepek, and this is Hartford Historical Homes. It started off as any other house in 1971 when Viola Radke sold it to Mason Bill Wagner and his family, who moved in the next month. Bill was already an accomplished mason by the time he bought the property and had a vision for his dream home based on a house he saw while visiting Milwaukee. Once the family got settled in, he began work on what would turn into his masterpiece of masonry by starting work on the footings that very summer. His only guide was his imagination, without drawing up any formal blueprints to limit his vision. However, some back interest with the bank led to him tripping off the starting block and having to halt construction until June 1975, a full 3 years later. While first seen as a setback, it turned into quite the helpful pit stop as the mason realized that he couldn't have his family living in the house while he tore out the insides. So in 1975, he moved the family onto the corner lot at 975 Union Street, so he could start getting into the nitty-gritty of working on his dream. Without anyone getting in the way, Bill was able to gut the building down to its studs and start working as hard as he could, toiling for hours after work and on the weekends on his passion project. Construction on the final design took 7 long years, which would have probably been shorter if not for an economic dip in 1978 that forced Wagner to slow down building his perfect home as funds ran low. Finally, in November of 1982, Bill Wagner finished his magnum opus, his family moving in shortly after so they can enjoy the fruits of his labor. In the end, the house is a grand total of 3,568 square feet in size, the building growing an additional 2,908 square feet from its original blueprint. And with all of that extra square footing came 2 working fountains, 3 functional fireplaces, a 2 3/4 garage, a set of new stairs to the front entrance, and a bar built from cut barn beams in a new trophy room. Wagner had finally built the home he had been dreaming of, and after moving into the newly refurbished home, he donated the corner house they had been living in to the local fire department, who used it for training and then burned it down in 1994. Since then, the house has had a few more projects added here and there over the years, with all of the windows being replaced in 2002, along with the front turret being reworked and extended to add space for a spare room. But all in all, what is left is the testament to a master mason who used his talents to build a work of art that served as both a monument to his skill and a home for his family. At the end of the day, all one can hope for is to leave as much of an impression on the world as they can, and Bill Wagner most definitely left his mark, adding to the little treasure trove hidden away right here in Hartford, Wisconsin. This has been another episode of Hartford Historical Homes, and I hope you join us again soon.